For women over the age of 50 and 60, who navigate the world in a body that is both petite in stature and plus in size, the challenge of finding clothing is not merely about fashion but about architecture and biology. When we enter our fifth and sixth decades, our bodies undergo profound physiological shifts primarily driven by the reduction of estrogen during and after menopause, which fundamentally alters where our body stores fat. You may notice that the weight you once carried in your hips or thighs has migrated to the midsection, creating a fuller torso that can make a shorter frame appear even more compressed. This biological reality, combined with the natural loss of height that occurs as our spinal discs compress over time, creates a unique silhouette that the standard fashion industry often neglects. Dressing a short plus-size body is essentially a masterclass in creating optical illusions where the primary goal is to elongate the vertical line and gently streamline the horizontal width without compromising comfort or circulation. For the mature woman, confidence comes from knowing that her clothes are working for her, rather than fighting against her changing shape. We must move away from the outdated concept of simply covering up or hiding under tents of fabric, because voluminous clothing on a petite frame actually makes you look shorter and wider. Instead, we need to embrace the concept of structural skimming, where fabrics outline the body without clinging to the lumps and bumps that naturally come with softer aging skin. The psychological impact of dressing well at this age cannot be overstated, because when you lengthen your silhouette, you not only look taller and liner, but you also project a presence of authority and elegance that defies the invisibility often felt by older women. This guide is dedicated to the specific geometry of the short plus-size figure, focusing on how to manipulate proportion, line, and color to celebrate your body exactly as it is today. We are going to explore the strategic use of verticality and the importance of fit over size to ensure that every garment you wear serves the dual purpose of comfort and aesthetic elongation. The single most effective technique for a petite plus-size woman over 50 to create an immediate illusion of height and leanness is the creation of a column of color. This concept relies on the visual continuity that occurs when the eye can travel from the shoulder to the hemline without being interrupted by stark contrasts or horizontal breaks. When you wear a top and bottom of the same color or very similar tonal shades, you effectively blur the waistline, which is often a problematic area for women in midlife who carry weight in their midsection. By removing the horizontal line that usually cuts the body in half, you force the observer's eye to move vertically, which instantly adds imaginary inches to your height and subtracts visual pounds from your width. For women over 60 who may be dealing with a softening of muscle tone, this monochromatic approach also provides a sense of cohesion and intentionality to an outfit, making it look expensive and polished regardless of the price point. While black is the traditional choice for slimming, it is not the only option, and in fact, as we age, our skin tone often becomes paler or more sallow, meaning that harsh black can sometimes wash us out or emphasize dark circles and wrinkles. Instead, consider deep, rich tones like navy blue, charcoal gray, forest green, or eggplant purple, which offer the same receding and slimming properties as black, but are much kinder to the aging complexion. If you prefer lighter colors, you can achieve the same column effect with oatmeal cream or soft pastels, provided the tones are consistent from top to bottom. The key is to ensure that the intensity of the color remains the same so that the body is read as one long continuous line rather than distinct blocks. You can add depth to this column by mixing textures such as pairing a silk blouse with wool trousers in the same shade, which adds sophistication without breaking the vertical integrity. This strategy also simplifies the daily stress of dressing, because it creates a uniform that is easy to assemble and always looks put together. Remember that a column of color acts as a canvas, allowing you to use accessories or a structured outer layer to add personality without sacrificing the elongating effect that is so crucial for the short plus-size figure. Understanding the rule of thirds is critical for the petite plus-size woman, because the mathematical division of your body determines whether you look boxy or balanced. The human eye finds a 1:2 ratio much more aesthetically pleasing than a 1:1 ratio, meaning you should never divide your body into two equal halves. For a short woman, wearing a tunic that ends at the widest part of the hips often creates a 50-50 split, with the legs making the legs look shorter and the torso look square. To counteract this and elongate the leg line, you must aim for a proportion where your top occupies 1/3 of your body and your bottoms occupy 2/3, or vice versa, depending on your body shape. For many women over 50 carrying weight in the belly, the idea of tucking in a shirt to achieve the 1/3 top ratio feels terrifying. However, you do not need to do a full tuck to achieve this proportion. You can utilize a semi-tuck or wear tops that are designed to hit just at the high hip bone, rather than covering the entire bottom, which exposes more leg length and corrects the ratio. Alternatively, wearing a cropped jacket or cardigan over a longer column of color can artificially create that 1/3 waistline, visually lifting the waist and making the lower body appear miles long. This is particularly important for women over 60 who may have lost height in the torso due to spinal changes, as reclaiming vertical space for the legs is essential to avoid looking dumpy. High-waisted trousers or skirts are excellent tools for this strategy because they physically start the leg line higher up on the torso, holding in the softer midsection, and creating a longer lower measurement. If you prefer dresses, look for empire waistlines or styles that nip in slightly above the natural waist, which is usually the narrowest point on a plus-size frame, and allows the fabric to flow over the stomach and hips, creating that desirable 2/3 length in the skirt. By strictly adhering to the rule of thirds, you manipulate the observer's perception, making your petite frame appear significantly taller and more statistically balanced. The upper body architecture, specifically the neckline and shoulders, plays a pivotal role in how a short plus-size body is perceived, because it draws the eye upward to the face and away from the midsection. For women over 50 and 60, the neck and jawline often show signs of aging, such as loose skin or a double chin, and the right neckline can help elongate the neck and define the face. A V-neck or a scoop neck is universally flattering because it opens up the chest area, creating an inverted triangle that points downward, effectively lengthening the neck and breaking up the width of the upper torso. High necklines like turtlenecks or crew necks can be detrimental to a short plus-size woman, especially if she has a large bust, because they create a solid block of fabric that makes the bust look lower and the torso look shorter and wider. By exposing a bit of skin at the décolletage, you create breathing room in your silhouette, which adds lightness and elegance. Furthermore, the shoulder line acts as a hanger for your clothes, and as we age, our shoulders can tend to round forward or slope downwards, which contributes to a lack of definition in our shape. Structured shoulders or tops with subtle shoulder pads can work miracles for the plus-size petite figure by extending the shoulder line slightly to balance out the width of the hips. When the shoulders are defined and slightly wider than the hips, it creates the illusion of an hourglass shape and prevents the fabric from collapsing into the folds of the midsection. This structural integrity is crucial because it gives the eye a sharp horizontal reference point at the top of the body, which contrasts with the vertical flow of the rest of the outfit. Avoid dropped shoulders or raglan sleeves, which can make rounded shoulders look even more sloped and add visual bulk to the upper arms. Instead, opt for set-in sleeves, where the seam sits precisely at the edge of the shoulder bone, providing a crisp and tailored frame that commands attention and lifts the entire visual weight of the body. The relationship between fabric and the aging body is complex, because menopausal skin often becomes more sensitive and prone to temperature fluctuations, making the choice of material as important as the cut. For the petite, plus-size woman, the goal is to find fabrics that have enough weight and structure to skim over the body without clinging to rolls or cellulite, while avoiding stiff fabrics that add unnecessary volume. Jersey knits and thin synthetics are often the enemy, because they hug every imperfection and lack the structural integrity to create the clean lines needed to elongate a short frame. Instead, look for fabrics with a beautiful drape, such as crepe rayon blends or high-quality wool knits, that fall vertically from the body rather than sticking to it. Structure is your friend, so materials that hold their shape like pont knit or soft denim can provide a gentle girdle effect, smoothing out the silhouette without the discomfort of shapewear. It is also vital to address the fit, because many plus-size women fall into the trap of wearing clothes that are too big in an attempt to hide their size, which ironically makes them look significantly larger. On a petite frame, excess fabric is overwhelming and creates a sloppy appearance that lacks dignity and style. Tailoring is an essential investment for the short plus-size woman, because off-the-rack clothing is rarely designed for the specific combination of a short torso and fuller curves. Shortening sleeves to show the wrist and hemming pants to the perfect length prevents the fabric from bunching up, which visually shortens the limbs. A sleeve that ends at the wrist bone or a 3/4 length sleeve is incredibly slimming because it exposes a thinner part of the body, creating a sense of delicacy. Similarly, ensuring that pants do not pool at the ankles maintains the clean vertical line we are striving for. By prioritizing high-quality fabrics that skim and investing in alterations to achieve a bespoke fit, you elevate your style from simply wearing clothes to presenting a curated and polished image that respects your body's current reality. The final critical element in dressing a short plus-size body is the footwear and the strategic exposure of the ankles, which serve as the anchor for the entire silhouette. The ankle is typically one of the slimmest parts of the leg for women of any size, and highlighting this area creates an immediate visual cue of slimness that translates to the rest of the body. Wearing cropped trousers that hit just above the ankle bone or skirts that fall to the narrowest part of the calf can significantly lighten the visual load of a plus-size frame. However, the choice of shoe is paramount in maintaining the vertical line we have worked so hard to create with clothing. For a petite woman, wearing a shoe that contrasts sharply with the leg or the pant color cuts the leg line off at the foot, making the legs look shorter and stumpier. The most effective trick is to wear nude shoes that match your skin tone when wearing skirts or dresses, as this extends the leg line all the way to the toe, making you appear several inches taller. When wearing long pants, match the color of the shoe to the pant to continue that column of color all the way to the floor. Avoid ankle straps or heavy gladiator styles that slice across the ankle horizontally, as these shorten the leg and draw attention to the width of the calf. Instead, opt for pointed toe shoes or a low vamp shoe which exposes more of the top of the foot, further elongating the leg line. Comfort is obviously a priority for women over 50 and 60, so you do not need to wear high stilettos to achieve this effect. A low block heel or a wedge provides the necessary lift to change your posture and lengthen the calf muscles without compromising stability or causing pain. Even a slight lift of an inch or two can drastically improve the way clothes hang on a short plus-size body by tilting the pelvis slightly and encouraging a more upright posture. By paying attention to the termination point of your outfit, you ensure that the vertical illusion remains unbroken from head to toe, resulting in a taller liner and more elegant appearance. Mastering the art of dressing a short, plus-size body after the age of 50 is not about conforming to impossible standards of thinness or youth, but about understanding the physics of aesthetics to present your best self. It is a journey of self-respect, where you acknowledge the changes your body has gone through and respond with kindness and strategic styling. By employing the column of color, utilizing the rule of thirds, choosing flattering necklines, selecting the right fabrics, and finishing with elongating footwear, you take control of how the world perceives you. These tools allow you to step out of the shadows of invisibility and into the light with a renewed sense of confidence and grace. Fashion at this age should be a source of joy and a tool for empowerment, allowing you to express your personality while honoring the vessel that carries you through life. Remember that elegance is not defined by height or size, but by the harmony and balance you create in your presentation. You have earned the right to take up space and to be seen, and with these techniques you can ensure that you are seen exactly as you wish to be seen, as a vibrant, sophisticated, and beautiful woman. Do not be afraid to experiment and find the variations of these rules that work best for your unique shape and lifestyle, because ultimately the most attractive thing a woman can wear is her confidence. Go forth and dress your petite plus-size body with pride, knowing that you have the knowledge to look and feel absolutely magnificent every single day.